ስንት ሰው በዚህ ምድር ላይ ተፈጥሮ ኖሮ ሞቷል ብለህ ታስባለህ?
555 ቢሊዮን
ዓለም ከተፈጠረች እኮ የምሬን ነው። ዓለም ከተፈጠረች ስንት ሰው ኖሮ ሞቷል?
እንጃ ላጣራ። ሳይንስ የሂስትሪ አጥናና ከዛ በኋላ
ግምት ነው የምትነግረኝ? ዋ
ገምቴ አንድ ቢሊዮን ሰላም የፕሮግራም ተከታታዮች እንዴት አላችሁ? ሁሉ አማን ነው አለን ይመስገን። ዛሬ ይዤላችሁ የመጣሁት how many people have ever lived on earth የሚል ነው። ምን ያህል ሰዎች ዓለም ከተፈጠረች ጀምሮ እስከ ዛሬ ድረስ ኖረው ሞተዋል የሚል መረጃ ነውና ምን ያህል ሰዎች ኖረው ይሞት ይመስላችኋል? እንደው ግምታችሁ ማለት አንድ ሰው በዚህ ምድር ላይ ዓለም ከተፈጠረች ጀምሮ እና አንድ እንደ ፖፑሌሽን ሪፈረንስ ቢሮ ያወጣው መረጃ በ2015 እስከ ዛሬ ድረስ በምድር ላይ ተፈጥረው ኖረው ከሞቱ ሰዎች መካከል 108 ቢሊዮን ሜምበርስ ኦፍ our species have been ever live or born ይለዋልና ይሄን ያህል ሰዎች በዚህ ምድር ላይ ኖረው ሞተዋል። ከአፈር በታች 108 ቢሊዮን ሰዎች እንደሞቱ እንደተፈጠሩ እና እንደሞቱ ይናገራል። በጣም የሚገርም ቁጥር ነው። አስባችሁታል? አሁን የምድር የሰዎች ቁጥር በ2017 7.5 ቢሊዮን ህዝብ በምድር ላይ እንዳለ ይናገራል። በ2050 ይሄ ቁጥር ወደ 9.8 ቢሊዮን እንደሚያድግ ይናገራልና ግን እስካሁን ድረስ ዓለም ከተፈጠረ ጀምሮ 108 ቢሊዮን ሰዎች ኖረው እንደሞቱ ይናገራል ማለትና አስገምቱት ዓለም ምን ያህል ዘመን እንደኖረች ለዚህ ቁጥር ስታካፍሉት የዓለም እድሜ ልታገኙ ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። አንዳንድ ቪዲዮዎች አሉ። እነዛን ቪዲዮዎች ደግሞ ለቅላችኋለሁ። የሰዎች ቁጥር ሰዎች ተፈጥረው እስካሁን ድረስ ኖሮ የሞቱ ሰዎች ቁጥር የሚያሳዩ አንዳንድ ቪዲዮዎች አግኝቻለሁ። ከዚህ እንትን በኋላ ቪዲዮዎችን ታያላችሁ። ሰብስክራይብ አድርጉ። በጣም አመሰግናችኋለሁ።
There are over 7 billion people on Earth now. Every second there are 4.3 births and 1.8 deaths, for a net population gain of 2.5 people per second. In the year 1000 AD, the world population was only 400 million. In 1750 AD, 750 years later, the population was 800 million. By 1927, we had 2 billion people, 3 billion by 1960. Then it took only 40 years until the year 2000 for the population to double to 6 billion. At this rate, the world's population will double approximately every 40 years to over 12 billion people by 2050. However, experts anticipate a slowing in birth rates to correspond more closely to death rates, leveling the world population closer to 9-12 billion. Global population growth has already slowed to an annual rate of 1.35%, the lowest in decades. But the question is, how many people have ever lived on Earth? Assuming that we start counting from about 50,000 before Christ, the time when modern Homo sapiens appeared on the Earth, and not from 700,000 before Christ, when the ancestors of Homo sapiens appeared, or several million years ago, when hominids were present. Taking into account that all population data are a rough estimate, and assuming a constant growth rate applied to each period up to modern times, it has been estimated that a total of approximately 106 billion people have been born since the dawn of the human race, making the population currently alive roughly 6% of all people who have ever lived on planet Earth. Others have estimated the number of human beings who have ever lived to be anywhere from 45 billion to 125 billion, with most estimates falling into the range of 90 to 110 billion humans. The above estimate shows that about 5.8% of all people ever born are alive today. That's actually a fairly large percentage when you think about it.
For more such videos, please subscribe to our channel.
There are many websites on the internet that show current world population, and some even show people on the earth one by one as they are being born. So a question that comes to mind is how many people have ever lived on the earth? Many people have tried to answer this question, one being Karl Haup. In 1995, he developed a research paper on how many people have ever lived on the earth and republished in 2011. He arranged the data by year, population, birth rate, and birth between benchmarks, and calculated the number of people who have ever been born to be around 108 billion. Some important points are that humans are Homo sapien. The figures on the population, birth rate, etc. for the prehistoric period are very rough. About 8,000 BC, the population of the world was somewhere on the order of 5 million. So how is this number calculated, and how can we extend it to 2017? By using the data from Karl Haup on the year, population, birth rate, we can recalculate the birth between benchmarks. For that, we turn to demographer Nathan Kieftz, who developed the formula to calculate births between benchmarks using population, birth rate for 2 benchmark years. We calculated the birth between benchmark years and entered it into the table. Based on the calculations, the total number of people who have ever lived on Earth is to be 115 billion. The current population is 7.5 billion. Some interesting results are that there are 15 times more dead people than alive. About 6.5% of the people ever born are still alive. Land surface required to bury all humans is at 83,000 square miles, which is roughly equal to the area of South Carolina. Land surface required where all humans can stand is 9,000 square miles, which is roughly equal to the area of New Hampshire. So based on this type of research, we can say that there aren't many people who have lived before us. Thank you for watching.